Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the arena. Today we're playing Elves Tribal actually. The synergy of this deck is just so amazing. I I can't even. The tribalness of this deck and the synerginess of it is just so ridiculous that there's so much that you can do. So the idea of it is you're playing a Golgari deck, right? So the idea of it is to go with it's your typical Golgari deck. So you have things that can resurrect your elves like Aghanim's Awakening. You have things like what's it called, the Elvish Warhammer, I believe. Oh no, the Realm Walker, where you can cast elves straight from the top of your deck if you have them on the top of your deck. And then you have things like Skimfar Avenger that capitalizes off of the deaths of your elves and allows you to draw a card at the cost of 1 life. Be careful about this though, because you don't have a lot of healing abilities. The only healing um, stuff that you have in here is probably the Skimfar Shadow Sage, which you probably should be using sparingly anyway. Um, at you should at a time when you you have a lot of elves on the board, tokens and non-tokens. Then you have Llanowar Visionary, which also helps you to draw cards as well. It's fairly simple, honestly, and there's a lot of mana in it, which can be a little frustrating because we're only playing 18 land in here, but the ridiculous amount of mana convertible creatures is just crazy that at times I feel like 18 might even feel a little bit too much. I don't know. So in that situation, you might want to hold off on using Aghanim's Awakening. I mean Aghanim the Undercrypt for its land phase. Herald Unites the Elves is also one of the new enchantments, saga enchantments, where you get to mill 3 cards and you get to bring back a elf or Tyvor. Tyvor is the one of the new planeswalkers, by the way. Elf, is he an elf planeswalker? No, he's not an elf planeswalker. Um, so Tyvor is going to actually help you go wide with your elf warrior army. So there's that. And then once you get to six loyalty, you get an emblem where whenever you cast an elf spell, it gains haste until end of turn and you draw 2 cards. This is an emblem, by the way. So whenever you cast an elf spell, it gains haste, and you're also drawing more cards, so that's also very useful. But most of the time you kind of just want to have, it's a very powerful card, to be honest, especially since it also adds black mana to your pool, because its passive ability is elves you control have add mana, and it's a very valuable card. I see this card being used quite frequently in the future. I don't think the elves deck in general, the elves tribal in general, will be something often used. Going down the line of meta decks, because it looks fairly easy to counterspell. I do believe I've gone up against a couple of these myself using the control decks, and they're fairly easy to board wipe. They're fairly easy to control because they're small creatures. They're that is to say that if you make a mistake and don't foresee the possible outcomes of your opponent, it can be really hard to control, maintain control of a deck if you're playing something like Esper control or any of the other control decks out there. Anyway, moving forward, we have Elvish. War Master as well, who is actually our win condition as well as an early game play, because his ability is that your elves, all of your elves, get +2/+2 and Death Touch until end of turn, which is not to be taken lightly. +2/+2 may not seem like a lot at the cost of 7 mana, um, and gaining Death Touch. It's just that combo is quite intense. When you have an army of elves on the board, you don't want this War Master to to be there to cast that ability. And oftentimes your opponent will prioritize this over your Realm Master, your Realm Walker, wherein your Realm Walker is also very useful because even if your opponent is able to sort of destroy or board wipe the not well if your opponent board wipes and your Realm Walker is on the board, then you're pretty much screwed. But even if your opponent is able to single card remove any of your bigger elves that you've pumped tokens counters on, Elvish format or even Elvish Formaster, Realm Walker will just simply help you rebuild your army of killer elves. Anyway, I'll see you guys into gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoy the deck, and don't forget to subscribe.
Then we feast. Go, earn your renown. Hopefully, the scolds will leave this part out. both will need to fight. I believe we can be heroes.